Hello and welcome back to Salesforce. In this video, I'm gonna talk about one of the errors which I receive quite too often in Omnistudio. So this is I am on an integration procedure and I tried to execute in the preview tab with some data, and on the right side you can see I saw this error that cannot read properties of null reading elapsed time actual. So I often see this error and I kept digging on it on the internet, but I couldn't find anything. And then I tried, I gave many things, or I tried many things to fix this error, but it didn't went. Now I know why it was coming and I have a solution for it. So whenever you see this kind of error, this is coming because of that you are having some mapping in your data raptor, or if maybe you are having some conditional formula that you are using in your integration procedure which is not correct. So if I talk about my case, then on the integration procedure, if I go to, I have only one action in my integration procedure, that is a data raptor to save the records, and here I have an execution condition formula. This formula I have. So there is no syntax error of this formula, but why it is not working? Okay, so I'll tell you. So this is my Omni script where I am using this integration procedure, and basically what this Omni script is doing, it is if I pass the account ID in this Omni script, it will give me all the related cases under that account, and if I want to make any update on the case like this status change, then I can do that using this Omni script. So in the save part, when I'm doing the save, then I'm calling this integration procedure. So as you can see, this is the account and some cases are there. So if I do a save or if I make any update here and I click on this button at the very end, then the information would be saved in the database. And on the right side in the JSON part, you can see there are, because 5 blocks are created, 5 case records are there. So all these represent the case records 0 1 2 3 4. So 5 cases are there, and the hierarchy is something like case list, account ID, and then first case, then second case, third case. So account ID is basically the array which is having the cases. So how did I give the path here? So I used case list colon account ID colon and the case account ID one field. So if you can see just here, case list account ID colon case account ID one field. So apparently to me it is perfectly fine, but what is the problem here? The problem is that this is not just one path, it is an array. So I cannot just use like this straightforward in my error in my conditional formula, although I can use the same way in my data raptor to have the mapping of the fields. So if you can see here, I do not need to mention that which record of the array it is going to use, because if there is an array of records, it will take consideration of all the records in the data raptor, but mapping would be straightforward like case list account ID and case account ID one. But when I'm doing like this conditional formula, then I cannot utilize it like this. It has to be a direct parameter in the JSON. So when I say direct parameter, what do I mean? That means it could be your context ID, timestamp, all these are direct parameters. It might be it is possible that you can utilize like this where there is no array, just one parent node and one child node. But if there is an array, then there is a problem. So it will not know that which one to use, because there are 5 records under it, not only just one. So 5 records are there, so how will it know to use which one? That is why it says that I am not able to find this parameter that you are trying to use here. I'm not able to find this JSON path. That's why it says that cannot read properties of null reading elapsed time actual. And the problem here is that it doesn't tell you that with this specific parameter I'm having the problem, or with this specific JSON path or JSON node I'm having a problem with, and I'm not able to find it, or I cannot find any value on this. It just says this very generic error that elapsed time actual. cannot read properties of null. So if you face something like this, then make sure that your this kind of condition is correct. So let's say instead of this, if I use just this username here, so I'm just gonna replace this part with username, and I will, instead of null, I'm gonna say username equals this value. So I'm just gonna write the exact value over here. Okay, and if you cannot find cannot copy the value from here, go to action debugger, and here also you can find it. Or if you cannot find it over here as well, then you can try with I think this is integration procedure to save the record. I should try with the record, yeah, here. So this is the data which is going in. So I have, or maybe here. Okay, if you cannot find it like this, then just refresh it, because when I'm doing the refresh, I'm again getting the information from the backend. So let me see if I can find this username over there. Okay, this is the account ID I have passed. Okay, here also. Anyway, this is fine. So I am using username and the exact value I have given. Now I'm going to just save this integration procedure, and let's go to preview again with the same data. I am just going to hit the execute button, and now you can see there is no error, and the information which I wanted to see, that is coming. I do not have any response action, that is why nothing is coming in response, but there is no error coming as well. The error is gone. So that's how you can fix your elapsed time actual error if you face this error in your integration procedure, or sometimes in some cases it directly shows it on your Omniscript as well, and it will not allow you to make any further actions. It will just stuck there. So make sure that whatever mapping you are doing, that has to be correct, and most likely the error would be coming in from the execution conditional formula on your integration procedure. So make sure that you are not using any path which is coming from the array. So use the direct paths if needed. Then you can make sure that you do it on the Omniscript directly, or maybe you have separate data raptors, one for each path, something like that. Try to break the array, but not just to give it in the generic way. So that's all I'm gonna talk in this video. That's how you can fix this elapsed time actual error, and it is sometimes very hard to find resolution of this error on the internet. So I think it will help you if you face this error. So that's all we are gonna talk about in this video. Thanks for watching.